Hello friends, welcome back to Misty Moon Designs. My name's Luisa. Before we jump into today's necklace tutorial, I just want to take a moment to thank you all so much for the kind words and well wishes. Your support has truly lifted my spirits, it really has. It's taken me a bit longer to get back into the swing of things, unfortunately. I've been dealing with a reoccurrence of the virus, and it's definitely slowed me down more than I expected. But anyway, I'm really excited to share this design with you. I think you're going to love how it turns out. We're going to be making a necklace and earring set, and we're going to use the beads that came in the Curated Bead Box for the month of May. Now, if you're not familiar with that box, I'll leave some information down below in the description section of this video, along with a link to the website and a coupon code in case you're interested. And before we jump into the tutorial, I do want to give you a quick glimpse of the May box. We'll only spend about 5 minutes or so, and if you want to skip through that part, you can always click on the timestamps down below. As you can see, this very bright and cheery necklace is made up of orange-colored coconut rings and a bunch of little dangles in various colors. Now, it's difficult to tell the scale when it's laying down on a surface like this, but it's actually a medium-sized necklace. It's not too big, it's not dainty either. I would say it's a medium-sized statement necklace. And of course, I'm going to show you how to make those matching earrings. And even if you don't have these beads, you can still make this design. You're just going to have to find similar items, and I will leave a list of all the materials down below in the description section of this video in case you want to go out and buy them. And don't forget that I always model my jewelry at the end of my tutorials, so please stick around for that. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And here we have the Curated Bead Box for the month of May 2025. As you can see, the name of this box is My Rose Garden. If you're not familiar with it, it's a subscription box. It comes out every month and it goes for $20 a month. Shipping is included. And if you're new to jewelry making, this box is a great way to build up your bead stash. And that's because you get lots of beads of different sizes and colors as well. And one of the things I love is that they give you a little preview right on the box. I like that because I usually use these for storage. And if I'm looking for a particular color, I can just look right on the label without having to open the box. And as you can see, they list the contents on the left, and on the right are the model numbers for each one. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the items and I'll arrange them on my table so we can take a quick peek. Here I have some strands and a couple of bead mixes. It's not everything. There are still a couple of items I need to show you. I just couldn't fit them all on the table. But as you can see, we have different size beads. We have a strand of 12mm beads. We have 2 strands of 10mm size beads. We have 3 strands of 8mm size beads. And then these bead mixes are all different sizes. And it's actually a very colorful palette. I'm seeing quite a few different colors. I'm seeing reds, yellows. I'm seeing a touch of blue in that strand and some peach or salmon. And then in this one, you can see some fuchsia and some yellow. And then we have this other strand with pink as well. The color is listed as fuchsia, but it's actually kind of like a hot pink. But anyway, I wanted to give you an idea of what's in the box. I'm not going to go into any details about each of these strands, but you get the idea. Now these are very interesting because some of them are disc shaped and some of them are a little bit rounder. What I've noticed is that they're drilled off center, the bigger ones. So that's interesting. And I like the matte finish as well. And in this one, we have all kinds of shapes and sizes, as you can see. Some of the beads are matte, some are glazed, some are transparent, and some are opaque. There's definitely a lot of variety in this mix, as you can see. I like that because it forces me to be creative. I don't know about you, but whenever I see a bead mix, I get lots of inspiration. And there's about an ounce of beads in each one of these bead mixes. So anyway, there's a lot of variety here, a lot of really pretty colors. Let me go ahead and show you the rest of the items now. Here are the rest of the items, but there is one more thing besides this. We have the Finding Starter Kit, which I will show you in just a few moments. But as you can see, we have some metal beads and some components. And then we have these rings down here. These are actually dyed coconut rings, so that's kind of cool, especially with summer right around the corner. And I think some of the beads from this bead mix are going to look really great with those rings. Now on the listing, it does say that you would have received either red or orange. Obviously, I received the orange ones. So if you have this box, you might have the red ones. But either one of those colors are going to coordinate, obviously, with the contents of the box. And up here we have some spacer beads. They're tiny little beads, as you can see. How cute is that? And here we have 4 metal rose beads. We also have 4 links with a flower design. Each one has 2 loops on each end, as you can see. And here we have some more spacer beads. They're supposed to be roses, but to me they look like some other kind of flower. In any case, I think they're really cute as well. So now I'm going to show you the Finding Starter Kit. So let me go ahead and clear my table and I'll be right back. Now if you're new to jewelry making, you're going to appreciate this kit because it contains a lot of the things you need to get started. It doesn't have everything, but it has the basics. Let me show you. We have some beading wire, and there's 1 yard's worth of beading wire. We have some memory wire, and I believe this one's 60 millimeters across and 0.7 millimeters in thickness. We have some stretch cord, and it's very thick stretch cord, which means it accommodates large beads. We have some flat head pins, and these are also very thick, as you can see. We have some jump rings, and these are excellent jump rings. I love using them because they're nice and thick as well. We have some ear wire hooks. I believe there's a total of 6. We have some crimp beads. These are not the tubes, these are the round crimp beads. And we have some lobster clasps, and there's a total of 4, as you can see. So you have a lot of the basics to make all kinds of jewelry pieces. Like I said, it doesn't have everything, but if you're new, you're going to appreciate having these items because at least you have the basics to get started. So here's the whole collection. I wanted to lay it all out so you can get an idea of what you get. And as you can see, you get quite a bit. Of course, when you add the Finding Starter Kit, you can see that it's good value. Like I said, I'll leave some information down below along with a link to the website in case you're interested. So now that we've taken a quick look at the contents, let's go ahead and get started with today's project. Here are the beads for today's necklace. And as you can see down here, I have some chains, some jump rings, and some head pins. And these are ball head pins. All of these items are in a bronze color. Now, one thing I do recommend, guys, I know I don't mention it all the time, but if you're using dark colored metals, it's a good idea to apply some kind of protectant on the surface so that it doesn't tarnish and get on your skin. And I usually use a product called Permalac, but there are a couple of other products you can find on Amazon. But anyway, today's project is actually very, very easy. As you can see, we're definitely using the coconut rings. We're also using these peanut beads from the bead mix, from one of the bead mixes, and these are the ones that are drilled off center. Now these jump rings measure about 6.5 millimeters in diameter. That's the outer diameter, it's not the inner diameter. You do need to take that into account because we're going to be sliding these rings into them. And if they're too small, they may not fit. The first thing we're going to do is to create some dangles and attach them to a couple of the links on the chain. And I'm not going to use a lot of chain. I'm only going to use about 2 links in between the ring segments. Of course, you could always use smaller jump rings if you want to. You don't have to use chain. And these are actually pieces of extended chain. If you've watched my videos in the past, you'll see that I do that quite often. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I've already built 2 strands, but don't worry because I'm going to show you how to make them. It's very, very simple. As you can see, I have the beads lined up down here. Normally in my tutorials, I line everything up and I show you from start to finish, but I thought I would do something different today to save time. Plus this way you get to see ahead of time what it's going to look like. I'm going to need some ball head pins. I have 3 of them there. So let me show you how simple this is. I'm going to start by creating a little dangle. So I'm going to slide this bead onto my ball head pin like this. Using my round nose pliers, I'm going to grab the pin at the top of the bead, bend it, reposition my pliers, wrap the tail around the nose of the pliers, flip the pliers around, continue wrapping to the back. I'm going to open up this loop and I'm going to slide the first link of the chain into the loop that I just created. Just like that. I'm going to grab the loop with these pliers. These are actually crimping pliers, but I like using them for this because they have skinny tips and they grab really well. And now with these pliers, I'm going to grab the pin and I'm going to create a couple of wraps. I'm going to snip off the excess using my flush cutters. And of course, you need to tuck in the little end if you see one. So there's my first dangle. And now I'm going to attach another dangle to the same link. And I think I'll use this bead this time. I'm going to use a jump ring for this bead. Let me open it up. Slide my bead into it, like that. And I'm going to slide the jump ring into that first link, the same link that has the dangle. Let me close it. So now I have 2 dangles attached to that first link. And now I'm going to attach 2 dangles to the next link over. And I'm going to use these beads So once again, I'm going to grab the pin, bend it, reposition my pliers, wrap the pin around the nose of the pliers, flip the pliers around, continue to wrap to the back. I'm going to open up this loop. I'm going to slide it into the second link, the next link over, just like that. I'm going to grab the loop again, grab the tail, and do a couple of wraps. Snip off the excess pin. Tuck in the little end. So now I have 3 dangles attached, as you can see, 2 on this first link and 1 on the next link over. Let me go ahead and attach the next dangle. Once again, you grab the pin at the top of the bead, bend it, reposition the pliers, wrap the tail around the nose, flip the pliers around, wrap to the back, open up the loop. And this time I'm going to slide my dangle onto the opposite side of this link here, the second one. So let me go ahead and do it this way. Make sure I do it correctly. Just like that. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to grab the loop, grab the tail, and do a couple of wraps. Cut off the excess pin. And now let me tuck that tail in. So now I have 4 dangles attached, 2 on the first link and 2 on the second link, 1 on each side. I hope you can see that. So now I'm going to remove the excess chain, and I'm going to go ahead and open up one of these links because they're not soldered. They're actually open links. So there's my beaded component. And now I'm going to open up a jump ring. I'm going to slide the jump ring into the first link, but I want to do it, let me just fix it. There we go. I want to do it so that I have one dangle on one side of the link and the other dangle on the other side of the link. Just like this. And now I'm going to slide the ring into it as well, the coconut ring. And let me go ahead and close it. Make sure it's closed properly. So now I've attached the coconut ring, as you can see. And I'm going to go ahead and attach another one to the second link. So let me open up this jump ring. This is a very, very simple necklace, guys. It really is. The only difficult part is attaching the coconut rings. You want to make sure your jump rings are big enough. So now, let me see if I can find the center of the second link. As you can see, I have one dangle on each side of that link. I'm going to go ahead and slide my jump ring into it. And now the coconut ring. And let me close it. And that's all there is to it. It's very, very easy. It really is. And that's how you would do all of them. You start by attaching your dangles to a piece of chain, and then once you've attached your 4 dangles, you connect them to the coconut rings using jump rings, and that's basically it. Now each one of these measures about 5 inches in length. Obviously you can make yours as long as you want to. So let me show you how I'm going to assemble this necklace. This is one strand right here. This is the other strand. And then this is going to be the pendant, just like that. But before I assemble the necklace, I want to attach a little dangle to the pendant. And I'm going to use this bead right here. This one came in the bead mix as well. As you know, we received 2 bead mixes, this one and this one. Obviously, it was this one. I don't have a lot of beads left. And I've actually run out of these little red ones, so I'm going to use one of these disc beads. This one came in the bead mix as well. Now for this part, I'm going to use 22 gauge wire. I'm using this one right here. It's actually a hematite color, but to me it looks very bronzy. So I'm going to cut myself, I think about maybe a 4-inch piece, something like that. I probably don't need this much, but I like to work with plenty of wire. So now I'm going to go ahead and slide this bead onto it. And I'm going to go about a little bit less than half of the way across, like this. Bend my wire upward. So that both pieces cross at the top of the bead like this. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to grab the wire, both pieces like this. I'm going to take this one and bend it up. And I'm going to bend this one down a little bit like this. And now I'm going to grab the shorter piece and I'm going to create a couple of wraps. Let me straighten this piece a little bit. I'm going to cut off the excess wire. Tuck in that little end. Slide this bead on, like so. I'm going to grab the wire at the top of the bead like this. Bend it, reposition my pliers, wrap the wire around the nose of the pliers, flip the pliers around, continue to wrap to the back, grab the loop, grab the tail, and do a couple of wraps. You can do as many wraps as you want to, by the way. You don't have to do just 2. And now let me cut off the excess wire. And of course, tuck that tail in. And now one thing I do want to do is to line up the loop at the top. So it looks like this. I'm going to need another jump ring. I have one right here. Let me open it up. Slide my dangle into it. And slide this ring into it as well. And close up my jump ring. Make sure it's closed really well. And now my pendant is finished. I think it's adorable. So now we just need to assemble the necklace. And I'm going to need 2 more jump rings for that, at this end anyway. I'm actually going to finish it with chain at the top, but I'll bring that out in just a few moments. So here's another jump ring. I'm going to slide the ring into it, like this. And now I'm going to slide the last link into it as well. Let me just make sure I get it right, because I want to make sure I have one dangle on one side and one dangle on the other side. like this. Close it up. So now that strand is attached. I have another jump ring. I'm going to slide the pendant into it like this. And once again, I need to find that last link. There it is. Slide it into the jump ring and close up the jump ring. So the bottom part of the necklace is finished. I think it's super cute and very summery. So now to finish it off, I'm going to attach some chain to the top. I'm going to use this kind. These are oval links. And I believe these measure 2.5 by 5, something like that. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. I'm not going to cut it off the spool just yet. I'm going to attach it to that end of the necklace. And then what I'll do is take it to the mirror and figure out how long it needs to be. So here's another jump ring. I'm going to open it up. Attach my chain into it like that. Attach this ring into it as well. And close up my jump ring. So now I have the chain attached, and like I said, I'm going to take it to the mirror, hold it up to my chest, and figure out how long I need this chain to be. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And as you can see, I've attached my second piece of chain. In case you're interested, each one measures 4 inches. But obviously you might want yours shorter or longer. It's up to you. You can also attach an extended chain if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to attach a lobster clasp. I have one right here. And I have a jump ring. It's the same kind of jump ring, 6 millimeters in size. I'm going to go ahead and slide the last link into it. Close up my jump ring. So now it's attached. And here's another jump ring. I'm going to slide this side of the necklace into it. And let me close it up. So this necklace is done. Very easy and very quick. I guess the time-consuming part is attaching the dangles. That does take time. But other than that, the rest of it is pretty easy. Like I said, I think it's a very bright and cheerful and summery looking necklace. I hope you like it as well. And the earrings are just as easy. I've already made one. I did the same exact thing. I attached 4 dangles to a piece of chain, and this time I attached that bottom dangle to the first link. Let me show you. I've already built the top part of the earring. Here are my 2 beads for the dangle. I have a piece of 22 gauge wire, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slide this bead onto it like this. Bend it up. Cross the 2 pieces at the top. Like this. Grab the 2 pieces of wire right where they intersect. Let me bend this one up and this one down a little bit. And now I'm going to grab the tail, do a couple of wraps. Straighten this piece out a little bit. Snip off the excess. Tuck in the little end. Slide my bead onto the wire like that. Grab the wire with my round nose pliers. Bend it. Reposition my pliers Wrap the tail around the nose, flip the pliers around and continue wrapping to the back. And I'm going to open up this loop now. And let me find that last link. It's this one right here. I'm going to slide my dangle into that link in between the two dangles. Hopefully you can see it. I know it's difficult, but I have one dangle on this side, top side, and one dangle on the bottom side. Let me grab the loop. Grab the tail and do a couple of wraps. Cut off the excess. Now I do want to straighten that loop out, so let me see if I can do that now. I'm simply going to grab it and turn it like so. And of course I need to tuck that little tail in. So now my little dangle is attached. It's so cute. I have an ear wire hook, a 4mm jump ring, and a 6.5mm jump ring. Let me open up this large one. Slide the ring into it. Close it up. And these are actually very good jump rings. They have very clean cuts. I really like them. So now let me open up this small jump ring. And I'm going to slide the large jump ring into it like this, and now the ear wire hook. And let me close it. So now this earring is finished. Now you do want to make sure when you attach your earrings that they're going to hang properly, and that's the reason why I attached that small jump ring there. And that's basically it, guys. I think it's a very pretty set. And if I had had more of these rings, I would have made a bracelet as well. But I actually used all of the rings that came in the box, minus one. So I have one left over. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. As always, I'd like to go ahead and model this necklace for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.